How many of you have felt like you're burning out even when you're achieving everything you ever wanted? It's like you're winning the game, but you're losing yourself in the process. You're climbing the ladder. But the rungs are made of your own energy, and eventually, you're left dangling with nothing to hold on to. That ambition is a virtue, and the more you achieve, the more successful you are. We're told from a young age that success is the goal, and that the harder you work, the better your life will be. But here's the thing, this narrative ignores the human side of ambition. It paints success as a solo journey, where the only thing that matters is how much you can do, not how much you can feel. According to a 2023 study by the American Psychological Association, 72% of high-achieving professionals report chronic loneliness and emotional burnout despite outward success. These are people with big titles, big salaries, and big accomplishments, but they're also people who feel disconnected, exhausted, and lost. They're the ones who say, "I've got everything, but I don't feel like I've got anything." This phenomenon is not a personal failure, it's a systemic issue rooted in how we define success. The whole idea that you have to be a lone wolf to make it in this world is a lie. And it's been selling us a story for centuries. The myth of the self-made individual is everywhere, books, movies, even the way we talk about success. It's like society is saying, if you want to be great, you have to suffer, and you have to do it alone. But that's not real life. People who buy into this myth start thinking that their needs, their relationships, and even their mental health are secondary to their goals. They're told that the only way to be respected is to sacrifice everything else. And that's exactly what they do, without even realizing it. If we keep celebrating people who work 80-hour weeks, who never take a day off, and who say things like "I don't have time for family," then others start to believe that's the price of success. It's not just about working hard, it's about working in a way that isolates you from the people who actually matter. The problem is, this kind of thinking doesn't just affect the individual. It starts to shape the culture around them, making it harder for others to say no or to ask for help. It's a cycle that's been reinforced for decades, and it's not going to break on its own. Now that we understand the root cause, let's look at how this mechanism plays out in the real world. The brain's reward system is wired to chase achievement, and every time we hit a goal, we get a hit of dopamine. That makes us feel good. But it also tricks us into thinking the next goal will bring the same satisfaction. The problem is, it doesn't. It just makes us want more, and more, and more. This is why so many people end up chasing bigger and bigger goals, only to find themselves more exhausted, more alone, and more disconnected from what really matters in life. Let's break it down like it's a game plan. First, ambition is rewarded with external validation, like a promotion, a raise, or even a viral post online. People get praised, and that feels good. Second, this validation becomes the new goal. Instead of being happy with what they've achieved, they start chasing the next big thing, like a bigger promotion or more followers. Third, they start measuring their self-worth based on these external achievements. It's like their self-esteem is now tied to a LinkedIn headline or a bank account balance. This isn't healthy, but it's super common. Think about influencers who get thousands of likes but still feel empty inside. Or CEOs who work 80-hour weeks but can't remember the last time they had a real conversation with a friend. It's not just about success, it's about how success is defined. This pattern is everywhere. And it's pretty much the same for everyone. People start chasing the next big win, whether it's a promotion, a new project, or a bigger house, without ever stopping to ask themselves if they're happy. They're so focused on the destination that they forget to enjoy the journey. And here's the kicker. They neglect personal relationships, health, and even their own needs in the process. You see this in startups where the founders burn out before the company even takes off. Or in students who skip sleep and meals just to get better grades. It's like they're on a treadmill that only gets faster, and they don't realize they're running in place. The problem isn't the ambition itself, it's how it's being used as a substitute for real fulfillment. Over time, this behavior leads to serious consequences. Chronic stress becomes the norm, and people start feeling emotionally numb. Like they're watching their lives from the outside. They lose touch with who they really are. And that loss of identity can be really hard to get back. It's not just about feeling tired, it's about feeling disconnected from yourself and the people around you. And the worst part? This damage often builds up slowly, so people don't even notice it until it's too late. But even when people recognize this pattern, they still fall into the trap of trying to fix it the wrong way. You know what people usually say when someone's burning out from chasing success? Just work smarter, not harder. Or find balance. Sounds simple, right? But here's the thing, those phrases are like a band-aid on a broken bone. They don't fix the real problem. You can't just find balance if you're emotionally drained and disconnected from what really matters to you. People think they're just not managing their time well, but the truth is, they're not even aware of how their ambitions are warping their sense of self. It's not about being lazy or disorganized, it's about being stuck in a system that rewards hustle over happiness. And that's a trap most people don't even realize they're in. The problem with advice like work smarter is that it assumes the issue is a lack of strategy. Not a lack of self-awareness. You can't work smarter if you don't know what you're working toward. Take someone like a young entrepreneur who's burning the candle at both ends, thinking they're grinding their way to success. They're not failing because they're not productive enough, they're failing because they've lost touch with their values, their relationships, and their mental health. The trap is that society tells them they need to push harder. But what they really need is to pause and ask themselves, am I even happy with the path I'm on? And that's not something you can fix with a to-do list or a productivity app. It's a deeper, more personal reckoning. Now, instead of trying to balance ambition with life, we need to rethink what success even means. It's not about climbing the ladder as fast as possible, it's about aligning your goals with who you are. Not who you think you should be. Think about people like Arianna Huffington, who burned out from overworking and then completely redefined her approach to success by prioritizing sleep, health, and well-being. That's not just a personal choice, it's a paradigm shift. When you stop chasing external validation and start listening to your inner compass, you begin to build a life that's sustainable, meaningful, and truly yours. Now that we've uncovered the trap, it's time to move toward a real, actionable solution. So, here's the deal, ambition isn't bad. But when it's all about impressing others, it can totally mess you up. We've seen how the culture we're raised in pushes us to chase success that doesn't really matter. How our brains get hooked on that high of external validation. And how we end up stuck in a loop of trying to fix things with quick fixes that don't work long term. It's like chasing a mirage, harder you run, the farther it gets. And the worst part? You start losing who you really are in the process. But here's the thing, you can change the game. Instead of measuring your worth by how much you've achieved, start checking in with yourself every day. Ask, am I still me, or have I become someone else just to fit in? That shift in thinking isn't about giving up on goals, it's about making sure your goals actually reflect your values. It's about being real with yourself and not letting the noise of the outside world drown out your inner voice. This isn't just some feel-good idea, it's a way to live that actually sticks. Imagine a life where you're not just going through the motions, but actually feeling like you're growing, connected, and happy. So, I want to hear from you, what have you given up on just to chase that dream? And what could you get back if you started saying no to the stuff that doesn't really matter?